Okay, right on a walkabout here. I'm going to go over my big 3/4 for my AT through hike. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is if you're an ultralight hiker, then you don't want to follow my channel, because I am not ultralight. I am old guy comfortable. And while I have embraced some of the ultralight hiking stuff, I don't plan on walking till I drop. I plan on walking as long as I feel like it, stopping for the day, and, you know, weather permitting, get as far as I can. So the first item is my pack. And this is the Hill People Gear Ute pack with the Tara pocket on the back of it. I don't know why they call it that, but it is what it is. And normally what's in here is my water filter, my poop kit, just stuff that I might need to grab. Nothing that I care if it gets wet. Maybe my lunch bag, but just little things like that. And yeah, I'm going to take the cord off, but I'm not a gram counter. One of the things I did with the lid here is I put these red zipper ties on, so I know where my first aid kit is. So I'll keep my first aid kit in here, my beanie, and anything that I might want to get to quickly. I have 2 water bottle pockets. I added on, they hold a full-size Nalgene bottle. And in the side pocket here, I'm really not one to carry my snacks there. I normally carry a bug head net and permethrin in the packets, bug spray, stuff like that. I'm not really too big on carrying snacks there. I have a Chicken Tramper Gear water bottle pocket that I use for my sunglasses. And when all's said and done, with nothing in it, this thing weighs 7.7 pounds. And my ultralight buddies, they tease me, but, that's okay. I'll move on to number 2. That's my shelter. My shelter is going to be a 10 by 10 tarp. And I have a carabiner with a cord tied on to one corner, so that if it's windy when I'm setting up my tarp, I can take the carabiner off. Clip it to my pack. Can't do it with one hand. But anyway, I got a carabiner off, and I would just clip it to the pack. Try it again. Okay, I got my carabiner attached to my pack, so my tarp's not going to blow away while I'm trying to set it up. So that's basically my shelter, but I always bring a 5x9 tarp just for emergencies. That'll probably ride in the back of the pack in the tar pocket, but that's more of an emergency tarp. Okay, moving on to my sleep system. The first thing is a Z-Pax bathtub floor Dyneema ground sheet. And after I get that set up, I lay my Nemo foam pad on it. And the main reason for the Nemo pad is so that any sticks or twigs or pine cones or whatever doesn't poke through my air mattress. And I've been using this air mattress for about 7-8 years now, and I haven't had any trouble with it. Now, the air mattress is longer than this pad, the foam pad, but I mainly put the foam pad where all my weight is. Not much weight by my head, so I don't need to have the foam pad up that high. But I mainly try to not really center it, but just keep my main body weight on the foam pad. I have since it's hot in summertime, I have a Snug Pack jungle blanket. And that thing's good from like 35 degrees, for me, because I'll get to it in a second, but from 35 degrees roughly to 60. After 60, I get kind of hot anyway, and I don't use a blanket. I have a Enlightened Equipment Revelation 20 degree quilt. I use that when it's a little colder, but I always bring the Snug Pack sleeping bag liner, and it's like a burrito bag, I guess is the best way to put it, so that there's never a draft, because I'm inside of there. And normally what I do is I put my phone and anything I want to kind of keep together inside that, and then it's inside the quilt, so I know where it is in the morning. If I needed a sleeping bag, I'd use that. A couple things I neglected. Was for my shelter, this is my Bora bag, bivy bag, and that's kind of like a burrito bag, I guess, but that has a mosquito mesh for where I can breathe through, and it's nylon all the way around so that I can keep the weather off me. This is a Bora Gear bug bivy where I can hang from my tarp so that I don't have to deal with too many bugs. So that's pretty much the extent of my big three. So let's move on to my 3.5/4. And that would be my Hill People Gear kit bag. I have my Garmin InReach on the outside. Right now I have a knife on the bottom, but I'm going to take that off. I have a couple lights for zipper pulls. I have this glows. It's a tritium, so to glow. But when I'm doing my hike, normally I bring a knife mainly for firewood processing, but I don't need it where I'm going. Inside, I have a pill canister that I bring my meds in. This is good enough for like 3-4 days. I have some doggy bags in case I have to take care of business. I bury the poop, but I don't bury the wipes or paper. I bring it out with me. Dummy cord, another carabiner, so if I put this down, I can attach a tarp or whatever to it. Spare house key. I got a like chapstick, a fire bellows, and a toothbrush. Don't necessarily need toothpaste, but you can still brush your teeth without having toothpaste. A couple dude wipes. In the main compartment. Normally in here I lock up my Jeep key, but I have a small pair of scissors in there. I got my compass. Really not going to need that. Trail's pretty well marked. I have a cigarette lighter. A whistle that's dummy corded. Little light that I've been carrying around just because it seems like a good place to keep it. In this pouch, I have a mini fire kit where I have a little sparker wheel and some tinder, like 3 or 4 tinder tabs. Got a pen and pencil. Inside here, I got a couple signal mirrors. And the mirrors aren't for signaling, it helps me put this stuff in my eyes every night so my eyeballs open. Got a Band-Aid. That's it for that side. The back side. I normally carry a white glow stick so that if I need light, I have it. You know, my flashlight dies, I can still see with the white glow stick. Have a small notebook. I have a dry bag for my phone. I keep my map in there for my trail, but this is where I'll keep my map for my AT hike. Even though I'm going to be using my phone and Gut Hooks app, I'm still going to have a map where I'm at. And that's it. So, yeah, the ultralight people might not, I don't know. They might think I'm carrying too much. And am I carrying too much? I don't know. My pack fully loaded, and I normally have about 30 or so pounds in it, a little more than that. And 30 years ago, a 30-pound backpack is not that much. And I guess there's something like a 20% rule that you shouldn't carry more than 20% of your body weight. And at 30 pounds, I'm still under it, believe it or not. So I'm not worrying too much on the weight. I'm looking at old guy comfortable. So if you have any questions, put them out in the comments and I'll answer it. One thing I forgot to mention about the tarp. Now, some people might say, and they're right, that if you bring in a tarp and a bug net and this and that, you're almost at the same weight as a tent, maybe a little heavier than a tent. And that's true. There are some lightweight tents out there that are less than one of my tarps and the bug net and all that other stuff. But what isn't really, I don't want to say thought about, but if you bring a tent, then you have to worry about your tent pole breaking. You're worrying about the fly ripping. You're worrying about all kinds of other stuff with a tent that you don't worry about with a tarp. And with a tarp, the only repair thing that I need to bring is a patch to put over the tarp. And I would rather just deal with that instead of having a tent that, oh man, I ripped the fly, I got a big hole in it. Or, you know, the tent pole broke, and then what am I going to do? So before I take off, I will show you guys a setup where I use a trekking pole to set up my tarp in a tent-like fashion. But in the meantime, yeah, it's true, a tarp and all the stuff that goes with it does sometimes weigh more than a tent. But I would rather have the tarp just because of it's quicker to set up, and I just have to tie it up, put a couple stakes in, and I'm good. Whereas the tent, if I got to set the tent up, then before I throw the fly on, the tent's going to get wet inside, unless I have one of the ones that the fly goes up first. But for me, it's easier to just do the way I'm doing it. But like I said before, any questions, just throw them in the comments and I'll try to get to it.